welcome back to another edition of the Critics Corner. I'm Andrew Branca with the Waxahachie Sun. I'm here with my colleague and fellow movie lover and friend, Mr. David Dunn with Southlake Style Magazine. How's it going, David?
Doing all right. Early voting started this week. I voted. You should too, viewers who haven't voted already. Andy and I have done our democratic duty. And now we get to focus on the important things in life, more specifically, reviewing terrible movies.
Exactly. And that's as political as we're going to get here on the Critics Corner. If you don't vote, you can't complain. So go out and do your civic duty there.
Amen.
So this week, I agree with your assessment already of terrible movies. This happens to be one of them. It's Adam Sandler's latest tragedy called Hubie Halloween. Oh my gosh, this was so bad. I wanted to punch Adam Sandler in the face.
Dude, yeah, there's I don't know where to start with this movie. This is a train wreck if there has been one. Hubie Halloween, for those of you that have not heard of it, is the newest Adam Sandler, Happy Madison Netflix production about this village idiot named Hubie who gets caught up in this crazy, Halloween mystery in the town of Salem. Yes, that Salem, the one involved with the Salem witch trials. And even saying that sentence, Andy, Adam Sandler, Happy Madison, Netflix. How much badness can you pack into one sentence?
Well,
what does that say about the movie just from hearing those words?
Yeah, I mean, Happy Madison used to be about these little bit edgy comedies that were funny. I mean, I think of Happy Madison back in the day with like Happy Gilmore or Big Daddy or
Billy Madison,
Little Nicky. They were funny and for the most part pretty decent. But they've definitely suffered over the years and produced really mediocre crap.
You know what I like to equate it to, Andy? Happy Madison is basically the comedic version of M. Night Shyamalan. I'm right, aren't I? It started off pretty good, pretty decent, pretty original, pretty entertaining, but over the years just devolved and descended into utter nonsense. And this is once again a successor in a long line of crappy movies.
Well, this movie was like going to the zoo and seeing the monkeys and getting hit by a monkey throwing poo at you.
That's I think that's the best way to describe this movie.
And then that monkey giving you the finger.
Yeah, pretty much. That's as good as the descriptor as ever is going to give one. God, and Annie, this movie is so bad in so many ways. I don't even know where to start. Do you know where to start?
I'll start somewhere. Personally, I thought this was a regression for Adam Sandler in his comedic and serious roles. He's done a lot of great movies over there. I mean, he's done the remake of The Longest Yard, which was awesome. Wedding Singer, one of his earlier movies with any movie with Drew Barrymore he's done. 50 First Dates. Even the more serious movies he's done, like Cobbler, which in my personal opinion got a bad rap, but it's actually a really good movie, so you need to see that. Or Reign Over Me that he did with Don Cheadle, which tremendous movie. Watch that. That's incredible. And even one of my favorite comedies of all time, Happy Gilmore. Oh my gosh. Great movie. It's one of the few films that I like about golf. I mean, it's great. I mean, the dude beats up Bob Barker. That's pretty awesome. But it felt like a regression that he was trying to really bank on his previous success. His character, Hubie Dubois, or whatever his name was,
Hubie, whatever
Hubie.
Yeah.
it felt like he was playing a character from Saturday Night Live. When Sandler was on SNL, he did a character called Canteen Boy, which was basically a 25-year-old man-child Boy Scout. And it felt like this was the 50-year-old man-child who didn't leave home and didn't really develop any further. It was his voice was annoying throughout the whole film. They had these gags that were funny. I mean, his mom would wear really inappropriate shirts that would kind of, one was like boner donor, and they made jokes about that. It was just the stupid idiot man child is funny to a point, but I couldn't take almost 2 hours of him as this, like you said, village idiot. Oh,
Yeah, it's an hour and 45 minutes, but it feels like 3 hours with how painfully long and excruciating these sequences are. I agree. Adam Sandler is like Pandora's box to me. Like, he can deliver amazing performances. Obviously, his earlier work, he's known for doing the higher pitched voice in movies like Waterboy. But more recently has really gotten into more dramatic type of roles with the Meyerowitz stories and Uncut Gems. And really, I'm baffled how he could be on an uptick of success. He literally won an Indie Spirit Award last year for Uncut Gems. And now he's you said it, regressed. He's regressed into this utter incompetent, idiotic, senseless character that he is completely unsympathetic. The movie has this theme about, bullying and treating people with kindness and all that stuff. And the character of Hubie is supposed to be sympathetic because, hey, everyone in the town hates him and makes fun of him and throws crap at him and all this stuff. But the problem is the movie fails to make him sympathetic in any way possible. Any scene where he's being picked on by people in the town, you're like, no, I'm with the townspeople. Throw all the
I wanted to throw a piece of rotten fruit at him myself. I mean, forget the awfulness of this character. There are so many plot holes in this movie that you could drive a Mack truck through. Or they come to these dumb conclusions that, it's like a Scooby-Doo mystery that they don't find out what the real mystery is and they go home and have a sub sandwich. I mean, it's.
It's like they have a Scooby-Doo mystery for more than half of the movie, but then the mystery ends up turning out not to be a mystery. And then there is another mystery introduced later in the movie. You're right. The plot is incomprehensible.
It's lame.
The comedy is not there. It's so slapstick and silly. You can't take any of it seriously.
It hurt my brain to watch this.
Dude,
I think I have a tumor growing now.
It was so painful to watch this. I'm sitting here watching this whole thing. I'm like, this is work. Watching movies is not normally work for you or me. This is one of the few movies I'm like, this is work. I hate every second of this. And sticking on Adam Sandler for a second, if people go back and forth on the baby voice of his, that really high-pitched, squealy voice that from Jack and Jill. And yeah, it can be annoying, but it can also be like a unique character trait for him. If I had to pick between the baby voice and the voice in this movie, the voice he picked for Hubie, I'm picking baby voice every time. Because in Hubie Halloween, he goes like, "Oh, he talks in this really bad snarl. He's really hard to understand." And I had to put subtitles on because I could not understand a word he was saying. It was so bad.
Well, and this is, it sounded like he had a stroke, and, that's offensive to people who had strokes. I mean, like part of his face was dead in the movie. I mean, it just did not work. I mean, I guess if you're a diehard Adam Sandler fan, you're probably going to watch it because, it's Adam Sandler. You have to. I would say, man, just, go past this. Go past go, collect $200, keep going. Do not watch this movie at
Yeah,
all.
I agree with your characterization of it. Felt like he had a stroke. I don't want this to sound wrong, and I really do mean this in the best way I possibly can. I honestly feel like this character should have been played by Michael J. Fox because, he went through a very, serious circumstance. He has those twitches and, he has his own health, circumstances. I get that. But he could have pulled off this role more convincingly, more sympathetically, more likably, to the point where you're like, okay, I can side with this character a little bit. Adam Sandler, you want to punch through the whole movie.
Yeah. Well, speaking of a good Michael J. Fox scary movie thing, rent Teen Wolf. Watch Teen Wolf. Or watch The Frighteners with Michael J. Fox. Very scary movies that are actually really good.
Yeah.
I mean, Michael J. Fox as a Teen Wolf dunks a basketball. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. Literally, I say this cautiously, but I say this confidently. Anything is better than this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Anything is better. You could put on any other Happy Madison production, and
Watch
it would be
Happy Gilmore.
Huh?
Watch Happy Gilmore.
Exactly. The only one I think I wouldn't make an exception for is Jack and Jill. That one is a little worse, but it's not by much. This was dreadful. This was annoying. It was cringy. It was uncomfortable. The characters, the chemistry wasn't there. It's just the worst comedy, quotation marks, I've seen in a very long time.
Yeah, I mean, when you watch a bad movie and, like Borat, for example, you know what you're getting into when you watch the preview. When you pay your money to go get the ticket, okay, that's going to be a crappy movie, but I'm going to go see it because it's that bad. Even with somebody who's going to watch the sequel to Borat that comes out on October 23rd. They're going to watch it, but just for the shock factor and just because it's that bad. With this movie, you kind of get, okay, well, maybe it's going to be okay. Maybe it's going to be something I would enjoy watching. No, the trailer lies. It is just a horrible film. Don't watch this. Don't waste your time. I mean, if you want to see something Halloween oriented, watch a classic, Frankenstein movie, Young Frankenstein with Peter Boyle. Charlie Brown and the Great Pumpkin. I mean, watch a classic horror movie, something Jason, one of the early Friday movies.
Literally,
Friday the 13th movies. I mean, geez,
yeah,
too much better choices.
Yeah, and to even compare this to Borat, like I get what you're saying, but even with Borat at least has an identity with this really stupid, oblivious, foreign character that's exposed to a whole new culture. There's at least interesting tidbits you can pull from that.
Yeah, but you know what you're gonna get though with Borat.
Yeah, Hubie Halloween is cookie cutter cliche nonsense. The laughs are not there. The comedy doesn't land. The drama is flat. The dialogue is god awful. I did not like one thing in this movie. There was not one scene in this movie where I laughed or had a good time. There was a few cameos that I looked at.
I think even a minute into the movie, we have a vomit take done on a bicycle. I'm like,
vomit
really?
take, peeing jokes, fart jokes, poop jokes. All of the Happy Madison quintessentials are here.
I wonder how much he paid Shaq to be in there for 5 minutes.
Yeah, spoiler alert, Shaquille O'Neal's in the movie. But yeah, that says my point right there. Like the cameos, yeah, they're amusing for like a slight grin, like, oh, this guy's in here. But then you realize they're in a crappy movie and you're like, dude, where is your career come from? Where is your self-respect? Why are you in this movie?
Side note, Shaq does not need to be acting. I've seen his acting. If you ever have seen the movie Steel, where Shaq plays a superhero who makes a super suit at a junkyard. Oh my gosh, that is one of the worst films ever. Shaq does not need to be acting. We should sign a petition saying that Shaquille O'Neal needs to stay away from the movies, other than going to watch them.
Shaquille O'Neal does not need to be acting. He does not need to be rapping. He does not need to be starring in a leading role of any movie or TV series ever.
Cameoing or anything, unless he's playing himself.
Yeah, a cameo, sure, that's fine. And out of all the cameos in this movie, I feel like I enjoyed his a little more just because of the situation it was in. But again, everything falls flat. Nothing works.
And I'm not knocking Shaq as a person because he
Right.
does a lot of great things, for the community. He's a great businessman, was a phenomenal basketball player.
Yeah.
And is probably a pretty good person, but as an actor, he's horrible.
Yeah, and ironically, I have the exact same critique for Adam Sandler. Adam, I know you probably don't watch this. If you are watching, stop regressing to your old self. Challenge yourself, break out a little bit, take on more challenging roles. You are a great actor. You can do great work. You do not need to sell out for cookie cutter nonsense like this. Hubie Halloween can.
Mr. Sandler, just consider this your bucket of cold water that we are giving you right here on the Critics Corner.
I think Adam Sandler and this movie secured Raspberry Award nominations, Andy. I really mean it. If it doesn't secure Razzie nominations, I'll be very shocked.
Yeah, it was that bad. I was glad when I could just, okay, it's over. I don't have to watch anymore. I didn't even want to watch the outtakes they did through the credits. I was like, okay, main story's over. I'm good.
Yeah, I didn't need another second either. It was so unpleasant in every single way it could be.
So out of 1 out of 10 bags of flaming dog poo, what do you give this?
0. It gets a 0, and it's not even close. There's nothing in this movie. There's no redeeming qualities. It is trash through and through. If you are an Adam Sandler fan, if you somehow enjoy Happy Madison's movies, if you're as big of a Halloween fan as Hubie is, and you enjoy an evening of self-torture, have at it. But otherwise, I would not recommend this movie for anybody under any circumstances.
At most, I would give it a 5, just for the fact that if you're an Adam Sandler fan and you want to go see Adam Sandler in a movie, I would give it a 5. Other than that, I would give it probably a 0.
Yeah.
Just skip it. There's so much better stuff to watch.
And God, man, it's so disappointing because, like you said, I'm not the biggest Adam Sandler fan, but I love the guy when he does good work. Yeah. Seeing promise in last year's Uncut Gems to now seeing him go back to his old silly, stupid self, just stop, man. You have way more to offer than this.
Like I said, watch Reign Over Me with him and Don Cheadle. He kills it in that role as a serious role. And I mean, when Burt Reynolds was around, he did the remake of The Longest Yard, which was great. And you have Chris Rock in that movie. I mean, and what was sad is with this movie, they had so many people that were very talented individuals in this movie. And they were so underutilized or just poorly used. I mean, it's Steve Buscemi in this. Come on. I mean, Steve
Buscemi, Kevin James, Ray Liotta,
George Wallace was in it.
Yeah, like it's amazing how much talent this movie has.
Maya Rudolph, I mean,
and how quickly it squanders all of that talent. It's almost impressive. If it wasn't so pathetic.
Yeah. Well, I think that's gonna do it for this week's of the Critics Corner. We can put a fork and a knife in this steak and call it done.
Yes.
So if you guys have any suggestions or any comments or please email us and let us know, because we're here for you guys and want to tell you we want to save you time in watching something good and valuable.
We watch the bad movies, so you don't have to, folks. You are welcome.
Exactly. It's a public service that we do right here for our communities. So
Someone's got to do it.
yeah, somebody's got to do it, and we gotta take that mantle up there. We're superheroes in the respect.
Yeah, we'll take this movie to town on its own Salem witch trial, except in this case, the mistreatment's completely justified.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's gonna wrap it up for today. So you'll see you guys back either at theaters or on the couch again. So
or maybe in Netflix with a better movie.
Take care, everybody.
Take care, everybody. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.